What is up, you guys? It's your girl Annie Smiley coming back at you with another video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. They'll be here as well as down below in the description box. Today we're gonna finish up talking about Age of Attraction. If you haven't seen the previous review of the series on Netflix, I'll put it somewhere here and you guys can check out episode 1 through 5. Right now we're gonna be talking about episodes 6 through 8. Okay, episodes 6 through 8 is basically them meeting each other's family, and the last episode, which is 8, is commencement day. Basically it's like, do you propose to this person to move forward outside of the show to continue the relationship, right? So let's just jump right in, because honestly it's weird as hell. Okay, it is weird as hell. Okay, so the first couple that we see is Teresa and what is his name? Okay, so the first couple that we see is Teresa and John. So Teresa is 54, John is 27. They have a 27-year age gap. So that couple's focus on Teresa's kids, because Teresa says if her kids doesn't like him, then the relationship is like over. So the first people that we get introduced to are John's mom and sister. Okay, as they're sitting down in the area, whatever, having dinner or breakfast, whatever, they're having lunch. For me, like, my concern was like, one, they didn't mention the age difference as well as Teresa's age, which I found kind of like weird, because obviously they know she's older, so you might as well just say your age and the age gap, because it's not really a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, you're there to introduce your partner, but whatever. They chose not to decide. Well, she chose not to decide to tell his family her age and the age gap. Another thing she chose not to do was tell them that she has 3 kids. I don't know, it's weird. Like, you're being introduced to people's parents, people's family members. Like, just disclose you have kids. It's not that big of a deal. So John's sister, I believe, both of them, they had an issue because, one, John had to tell them the age gap, as well as she is coming into this relationship with kids. So that kind of like screamed a red flag to me, but it is what it is. It's not my relationship, it's theirs. But I feel like what it was showing, like, John's parents were really concerned about her being older and her not disclosing that she has kids. All right, so that's the whole spiel between John and Teresa's relationship, and then counter with his family. All right, sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm just trying to get this like quickly done before I run out of storage, because I am on my phone right now. Okay, so the next couple we see is Derek and Pfeiffer. As you all know, I am rooting for Derek and Pfeiffer because Derek is so cute. Pfeiffer is adorable. I feel like they mesh very well together, and she seems very mature and he seems very understanding and laid back. So I am rooting for them, truthfully speaking. But yeah, so the next couple to be introduced is Derek and Pfeiffer. Derek is being introduced to Pfeiffer's mom and dad. Okay, when I saw that, I was like, this is kind of odd, because both of their parents are actually like rooting for them as well as I am. Pfeiffer's dad is very much in love, loving Derek for her, which is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to see, but also it's kind of like what's going on in his head, because he's like 20, let me see, he's like 20 years her senior, because Pfeiffer is 23 and Derek is 43. So, but the mom shows more concern about the age gap and how when they grow old together, is she gonna be in the same mindset or is still in love with him and still be capable of taking care of him in his olden age. As you know, they have a 20 year gap, so when he gets to his elderly phase and she's still uppity at it to go party and stuff like that, like how would she feel? So that's the more concern about the mom's part. The dad seems more chill, and he is trusting his daughter, and he's like, oh, they're like, you know, like a good fit, which they are a good fit, like everybody could see, well, I could see it. But yeah, so the dad is for it. He's very happy how she's maturing. It's like, it's weird, okay? It's weird. But yeah, the parents are for it. The mom is a little more hesitant, but overall they trust their daughter and are for it, this relationship. So the next couple, we all know I dislike this couple so much, so very much. Okay, so this next couple that are being introduced is Libby and Andrew. Libby is 22, Andrew is 38. They have a 16-year age gap, which isn't bad. Like the number wise is not bad, but the age, if she was like much older kind of and he was like, yeah, it's still bad. But they're both being introduced to each other's friend groups. First it was Libby's friends group. So if you see the light go on and off, I'm in my kitchen right now, as you can see. But Andrew's being introduced to Libby's girlfriends, and it just screams immaturity because they were just like laughing the whole entire time, and I'm just like, that's a very 22 of you, okay? And then you see Andrew just there like awkwardly like, what's going on? So I feel like right there he's like questioning his decision into continuing this relationship with a 22-year-old because of her friend group. And then the kicker is when his friends came and his friend group matched her friend group, and I'm just like, it makes sense why you two are together, okay? It makes complete sense, okay? Y'all both immature, y'all friends group are both immature as well, okay? So there was this one comment that one of Andrew's friends said, that he likes to go for girls that are blonde as well as between the ages of 22 to 25. I feel like that's predatorial of him to just disclose every other age group and just focus on that gap. It's giving Leonardo DiCaprio vibes. If you don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio does not date anybody older than 25. And if he's with somebody and they're gonna turn 26 the following year, he's done, he dips. So he's giving Leonardo DiCaprio vibes. I'm not with it. That's a little weird to just single out how that's the only age range you would date. And another part, Andrew mentioned how when he was 22 years old, in his head he never thought about settling down and, you know, having a family or getting married or X, Y, and Z. So it's kind of like, if you wasn't ready at 22, what makes you think she's ready at 22? And she's giving off party girl vibes because she's young, she's like freshly out of college, she just wants to live life. So I don't see her not living her freedom and then just automatically coming into his world and being a parent as well. Her friends were very concerned about that transition as well, and one of her friends mentioned that, is she ready to take over the mom role? And she was saying, oh, she's gonna come into this relationship as a big sister and not like a mom. And I'm just like, that's not how it works, sweetie. You're a step parent regardless of how you enter the relationship. If he has kids, you're automatically a step parent. Don't try to come to, you know what I mean, like, you can't come in like a best friend. You could come in like acquaintance, whatever, with the kids, but you're automatically like a step parent because you have to deal with the parent. So you're a parent, basically. Okay, so the next couple, I'm not rooting for this couple at all. I think they're fine as individuals, but together they don't mesh. So the next couple is Leah and Chris. Leah is 41, Chris is 26, and they have a 15-year age gap, okay? I feel like Leah is a lot for Chris to handle. She's very bubbly, she's very childlike behavior, she's very wants to be with that person that she's in a relationship with, and Chris is not like that. Chris values his space, his time alone, his X, Y, and Z. So that part in them meshing is not gonna, they need to find a middle ground, and it's hard for them to find the middle ground because their communication is also off as well. So in this episode, Leah got to meet Chris's mom. Chris's mom is very, very, very sweet. Oh my gosh. And I feel like she likes Leah, and at one point of the conversation when Leah left, she was talking to her son, and he was just explaining how like things are so hard and X, Y, and Z. And she was just saying how it shouldn't be this hard if you like or love the person. It shouldn't, obviously no relationship is easy, but it shouldn't be to the point where like you're not happy, you know what I'm saying? So she was giving very, very good motherly advice for her son. She also trusts his decision and is for whatever he is with, which I kind of like. Okay, when it comes to like parenting, there's a point in parenting where you're just like, you have to let your kids be themselves and be an adult, and just, you know, let it go, have them make their own decisions. And I feel like that's what Chris's mom was doing. Basically, she was like, if you're happy, I'm happy for you, go ahead. But like, she could sense that he's not happy and he is not for this relationship, but like he's forcing it. So she's basically saying, whatever decision you make, I'm okay with, as long as you're happy with it, which I very much love that as a parent. Chris is not with this relationship at all. Chris is not with this relationship at all. We could literally sense it from day one. I feel like the age part is like one, like getting to him, but as well as always being around, as well as her always wanting to be around him, he's not with that. And the fact that they can't find a middle ground is not like that. But I do feel like he very much cares for Leah and he values her and stuff like that, but it's just they're not meshing well. So the next couple is, where is it? It's Vanessa and Logan. Vanessa is 49, Logan is 29. They have a 20-year age gap. As we could tell from like previous episodes, Logan and Vanessa are like, they're always bickering, okay? I don't know, I feel like she mothers him and she feels like he can't match what she wants, okay? So in his eyes, he feels like he's telling her what to do, and then in her eyes, he's not doing what he needs to do as a man that she needs. I feel like Vanessa is focused on family and having kids and, you know, just having like that love relationship like she mentioned with her siblings. But yeah, so they got to meet Logan's parents. Logan's mom is very, very much stuck on how she wants grandkids, and how Logan said that he wanted grandkids as well. I mean, he wanted kids as well. And obviously, Vanessa is not at the age to have kids, possibly. They could always adopt or whatever, but I feel like Logan's parents, mostly the mom, is just like stuck on him having kids, basically. But yeah, so the parents are also for it. They trust Logan's decision and his happiness as well, which is kind of like Logan's parents did not expect Vanessa to be the age that she is, but yeah, I don't see no issue with them. They are pretty much for this relationship as well. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for Logan's parents. Next, we get to meet Vanessa's friend. I feel like Vanessa's friend is not with the relationship because of the age gap and how they bicker. They were literally like bickering in front of her, and she was just like, ah. So yeah, I don't think Vanessa's friend is for this relationship, but Vanessa also is friends with somebody who's what, 20 years younger than her or something like that. So she is with the age differences in all types. She is with the age gaps in all types of relationships, okay? Friendships, freaking boyfriend, or whatever. She's with the age gap, okay? Okay, so the next couple is, again, Pfeiffer and Derek. Pfeiffer got to meet Derek's best friend or longtime family friend or something like that. She's very impressed by Pfeiffer and how mature she is until Pfeiffer got to mention her age, and then her concern was how she gonna integrate into his life, if she's able to just pick up everything and go to where he's at, because he's more stable and stuff like that. But yeah, so I think she's for the relationship, but she's obviously is concerned about the age gap and how she's gonna mesh into his life because he has kids, and she would have to deal with the baby mom and pick up all her stuff and then just move to where he's at. But overall, she's very like okay with them being together. Obviously, the age gap is like a shock to her. Sorry guys if you hear baby boy's like music playing around. He literally just woke up from his nap and I just want to finish this video. So you're gonna be hearing his car music. All right, so just Pfeiffer really explained to her how she's okay with, you know, being a step parent because her dad was a single dad that raised her, and obviously both ends of her parents, she would have to like meet the person that the parents are dating and stuff like that. So she's very aware, she's very mature about stepping into the parenting role, as well as like meshing with the parent and being a step parent. So I feel like they're okay because they have the foundation kind of like together, and at least like the conversation of the foundation, or at least like, you know, being talked about. So I feel like they are fine, and his friend is with it. Okay, so to top it off, we're gonna end this, I think, with Teresa's family. I think that's the last one because we didn't get to meet Leah's side of the family or friends, and then as we all know, Jorge and Vanel are like gone. But yeah, so John got to meet Teresa's kids. We all know like Teresa was very concerned about, you know, John being introduced to the kids, and if her kids don't like him, then it's over. So John convey that he doesn't want kids, he doesn't see kids in his future, and that's why he's okay dating a 54-year-old woman who already has kids. But yeah, obviously the kids asked about the age group. The mom was very bitchy, in my opinion, telling them how like it doesn't matter, it's not your concern, da 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 da. I was like, relax. They have a right to know the age difference, okay? They have a right to know his age as well. But yeah, so she stopped there right there. Teresa was like, we're not doing this. But the kids really do show concern and are very open to the experience of having John into the family. Obviously, they don't know his age, and apparently they don't care about his age. They don't care about his age. So that's the whole spiel of it, okay? What I want to mention is like when all the family members got to meet, all the friends and family got to meet each other. The couples got to sit down at the dinner table with the host and whatever. And then Leah and Teresa were just bickering because Teresa was telling the group how she went to meet each other. They met each other's families, whatever, but they didn't disclose the age or age gap to their families. And apparently Leah had a big issue about it because this girl was like, the whole point of meeting each other's family is to tell them their age and I'm just like, Leah, calm down. It's not your business, okay? It is not your business what somebody want to say and do when they meet each other's family. And then the host, Nick, was like, or the Nick's wife was like, oh yeah, everybody, how you go about the relationship and telling people your age, is on you guys. Nobody is supposed to disclose their age or age gap. Is individual's choice to do so. So she shut that shit right down, okay? She said, Leah, sit your ass down. I was like, ooh. And then you see Nick over there smirking. Oh my god, he always got that rat smirk face. I'm sorry. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to commencement day. Commencement day is basically telling each other, yes, this is the ring I gave you. Let's continue this relationship. Let's get to it, okay? Okay, on commencement day, Teresa and John, they move on to the next step. Obviously, she had this long speech where she was very concerned with a weird ass face and he was worried. But they move on to being a couple. Yeah. And apparently, like I said before, that her kids don't care about the age group. They love John regardless. And they're just happy to see that their mom is smiling, happy, content, whatever. In my opinion, I'm just like, how bad of a relationship that the mom has had for her kids to not give a fuck about the age that she's dating a man. Okay, I'm sorry. I would be concerned. But apparently her kids are happy. Her kids doesn't care. Her kids welcome John into the family. So that's good on their end. And I know that was a big concern of hers, but she got it. The next couple is Pfeiffer and Derek. Obviously, they said yes to each other. I feel like commencement day for Derek and Pfeiffer are just so cute. Yo, I'm rooting for this couple so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so obviously Derek gave Pfeiffer the key to his place and Pfeiffer said yes. So they are moving forward to being in a relationship. So the next couple that we have is Leah and Chris. Chris said no. Leah said yes. End of story. End of the story. Obviously, Leah's mad because she knew he was gonna say no, but she obviously wanted to believe he was gonna say yes, but she knew he was gonna say no regardless. So the next one is Libby and Andrew. Her concerns was like, he's not gonna say yes, da, 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 da. They both end up saying yes to each other. So they move on to the next step. I'm sorry. I could give a fuck about this couple. I don't care about this couple. They're fine individually, but together, no. But yeah, so Libby and Andrew move forward. Okay. So the very last couple is Vanessa and Logan. So dramatic as heck. This couple is so dramatic. I swear they honestly belong together of how dramatic they are. But at the end of it all, Logan was like, I don't want this, like he said, I don't want this relationship. I don't want this ring anymore. So he puts the ring down, right? So we're thinking like everything is over between them. Vanessa was saying, oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Obviously, she said yes to continue the relationship. And he said no and took off the ring and asked her for the ring back. She said, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew you were gonna break my heart. I knew you were gonna fuck me over, blah, 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 right? That's a whole scenario, right? And then this guy, Logan, literally pops down in one knee and proposes. He proposes to Vanessa. And I'm just like, yo, what the F? So they are moving forward with the relationship instead of like dating outside of the host show. No, they're engaged. They're each other's fiance and fiancés. I know there's like a feminine word for fiance and then there's a masculine word for fiance. I'm just trying to figure out what it is and how to pronounce it. But anyways, they're engaged to get married, obviously. So she got her happy ending, which I'm happy for her happy ending. But I'm just shook as I'm shooketh, okay? Shooketh. All right, so that concludes my reaction to this whole Age of Attraction series on Netflix. I will come back with another video to tell you guys about the reunion. I will have that posted by Wednesday, Thursday, definitely this week. I will have it posted, and I'm just like scared to watch it because I don't like Nick. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Nick Vile, so I'm gonna have to I'll be struggling to watch this reunion. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But yeah, I should have that video up for you guys pretty soon. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's have a conversation in the description box. Let's have a conversation down below in the chat, right? And tell me what you guys think of this series. Who are you guys rooting for? Who are you rooting for? Tell me what's the biggest shocker to you guys out of this whole season. All right. All right, so I will catch you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias listed down below, as well as in the description box. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.